Welcome in, along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and this is your New York Giants NFL Draft Recap, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite. Mike, the Giants had a chance for a franchise-defining draft, much like the Oakland Raiders, and their 3 picks. They had 6 and 17 coming in, traded back into the first to pick up 30. The whole draft overall looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But no matter what, it's going to be defined by the 6th overall pick, Daniel Jones from Duke.
Yeah, if you just sort of push that number 6 overall pick and look at it in the totality of the other ones, I love that draft. I think it's a fantastic draft for the Giants, resetting them up for, to be a contender in a few years here. Daniel Jones pick, you got to talk about, though. Number 6 overall is just a reach in terms of where we valued Daniel Jones. But I'll say this, a lot of people have been saying, well, they could have had him in the 2nd round, they could have had him. He wasn't making it to even pick 17 in my eyes with what I saw from him on tape. He has a lot of projectable, a lot of skills that NFL evaluators can fall in love with very easily. Pocket presence, throwing with anticipation, being able to take hits and deliver balls in the pocket and going from 1 to 2 to 3, being able to make NFL type of reads. He has those. It's the decision making, the accuracy. Those are the biggest, the macro issues that he's just not up to snuff with guys like Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins in this draft class. But NFL evaluators are going to love a guy that looks the part, and he 100% looks the part.
Yeah, so your point is other teams are going to fall in love with him too. My point in the evaluation process is he looked like a day 2 guy. What you described was a Mike Glennon, a Nick Foles, and I know Foles won a Super Bowl, and this is the whole point with all of this stuff, is we're just kind of putting odds on these guys. What are the odds that he hits this high end, right? And his odds are just a little bit lower than, say, a Kyler Murray, a Dwayne Haskins, and the other guys we had ranked higher than him on the draft board. Can he do it? There's a chance. There's always a chance. But what you described as a skill set, yeah, he keeps his eyes downfield versus pressure. He takes hits. He does this and that. But he also makes bad decisions under pressure. So every time there's a good, there's always kind of a bad as well. So he felt more like a 2nd or 3rd round type of player. So that's going to be the big question for Jones. As far as the rest of the draft, Dexter Lawrence at 17, a little bit higher than we liked him, but can see him having value there, the big nose tackle from Clemson, and then really loved DeAndre Baker, the cornerback from Georgia, traded back into the 1st round to get him. That's when the draft started to get really good for the Giants.
One of my favorite parts of this Giants draft was actually in Dexter Lawrence's press conference or his interview afterwards after he got picked. He said, I need to slim down. That's what I've been banging the table for all draft season. I said, if you get Dexter Lawrence to play at 315 instead of 340, which is what he weighed in at the combine, you'll get a even better, even more freakish athlete. He'll be even more quick. You'll be even quicker off the snap, more athletic, and you'll get a guy who can play 3 downs then. And that's the biggest thing. If you're drafting a 2-down guy, if he's not going to be on the field in your 3rd down package, you cannot justify the 17th overall pick on him. His upside then, his ceiling, is Damon Harrison, who you traded away for a 5th last year. So if he is, though, going to play lighter, you can get a guy who is, in my opinion, better than Christian Wilkins when he is on the field, who went earlier than him. So I think that he can legitimately be an impact player on that defensive line sooner rather than later.
And even though he's had really good run defense grades, he's not just a one-trick kind of guy.
Yes.
At the college level, he has rushed the passer with 2 years over 80 from a pass rush standpoint, very comparable to Vita Vea from Washington last year, who went in the 1st round. So we think he can get after the quarterback a little bit, but to your point, got to be for 3 downs. And then with the DeAndre Baker pick, good ball skills, can play man, can play zone. One of the 3 first-round corners that we had in event, and he was the first corner coming off the board in the entire draft.
Yeah, with DeAndre Baker, they got a very scheme-versatile cornerback, can play zone, can play man coverage, can basically do anything you ask of him at a high level. Some speed issues, but he's actually a very similar cornerback to also who they got in the 4th round in Julian Love. We love both of those picks. Love was just a little lower on our board, but we saw him more as a 2nd rounder than a 4th rounder where they got him. So they got a 1st-round cornerback on our board, the number 16 overall in DeAndre Baker, a 2nd-round type of cornerback on our board, Julian Love, but they only needed to go in the 4th round to get him. And they obviously need cornerbacks, so they addressed the passing game this year in spades with those still.
And you throw in Sam Beal, who they used supplemental 3rd rounder last year. They have attacked the most important position on the defense. Love Julian Love's ability to maybe play outside, maybe play in the slot as well. Going back to the 3rd round, OSHANE XIMNESIN, a guy that, there's a few edge defenders in that 3rd or 4th round that have potential to make an impact at the next level, and the Giants are so depleted when it comes to pass rushers. A guy like XIMNESIN has a chance to make an impact.
Yeah, he is a little undersized. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Giants took him there. Gettleman usually likes big, long defensive ends. He is not that. He is smaller, only 242 pounds. He came into Mobile and rushed the passer at there. Didn't hold up great in the one-on-ones in Mobile. I think his size will be an issue, but ran at the combine at 250, ran respectably, not great athletically, but his hands as a pass rusher, as good as anyone's in this class. So if he can figure it out, I think for the 4th round there, end of the 3rd round, where they got him was good value.
Yeah, that's the thing. It all became very good value when you talk about Baker, Ximines, Love, a couple other role-type players in day 3. So overall, the Giants draft, what pick for pick was very good,
yes,
but it's all defined by pick number 6, Daniel Jones. We'll see how it all plays out when Daniel Jones eventually takes over for Eli Manning. It's your full New York Giants NFL draft breakdown. Be sure to get to ProFootballFocus.com for all of our thoughts.